Okay, this is version 2 of the same video that I've just recorded right now. I've taken some notes and now I'm trying to make this video again and look if I'm taking notes, if the video is going to be better in any noticeable way. So let's start the video. 9 months ago, I started reading Atomic Habits and the result was absolutely crazy. I have lost now in July 2024 15 kilograms in 8 months. I'm not joking. And if somebody told me this, it would be absolutely crazy. And this is just one example why reading books, not just Atomic Habits, I'm not talking about Atomic Habits because this is a great book, but I'm talking about reading in general. This is why you should read books, because books can have a transforming effect on your life. Even one single book, this book has about 300 pages. So once you realize the effect that books can have, you become obsessed. Like me right now, I'm trying to read nonstop. I've read the last 2 days. I didn't have much work to do, so I basically just read the entire day. I was fasting and I was reading. That was all I have done the last 2 days. You can see I've taken notes. This is about 200 pages that I've read in 2 days. Okay. Sorry if I'm overly excited, but it's true. Like, once you realize the effect that reading books has, you just become obsessed with reading books because you understand that it can absolutely transform your life. You know, you can read. People 1,000 years ago couldn't read. You have this advantage, so use it. Go into the bookstore and think about, what am I want to get better at? Want to make more money? Want to make better relationships? Wanting to start to work out? I don't know. There are books for everything. Absolutely everything. Absolutely crazy. So this was the first point that I was trying to make. Number 2, the effects of reading. Even, let's say you're not liking personal development books, okay? Just get a fantasy novel, Harry Potter, I don't care. If you read a fantasy novel, even then, reading books just does something to your brain. I can't explain it. It does something specific to your brain. Maybe a specific part of your brain gets activated because you're so focused and like you're putting your attention on these words, and you're actually reading in your own head, which is actually interesting, instead of like consuming videos, because consuming videos is kind of passive and your brain kind of shuts down. But when you read, you become more active and your brain starts to kind of put the puzzle pieces together and form new questions and solve past problems that you didn't have the answers to. It's absolutely fascinating. That's number 2. Number 3, books. If you have ever tried to write a book, you know how hard it is to formulate your thoughts into a book, which is why it absolutely forces the author to put wisdom into the book and to formulate the way they are thinking into the book. And by you reading the way that the author intended to think, you know, these are the thoughts formulated of the author, and you are reading them like they are your own thoughts. The words that you are reading, you're listening them in your head. It's like you're talking to yourself and you're telling it to yourself in your head. It's like you have read the book. It's like you have written the book. If you understand what I'm trying to say, because this is kind of psychological, you are starting to become the author that has written the book, that has made the experiences, that has gained the wisdom and has written that book. That's why it has a absolutely fundamental, game-changing, life-changing effect. Reading books is absolutely wonders. I hope I could explain this point because it's kind of complex. Now, the 4th point is reading is a safeguard against entertainment and scams, because reading books needs focus. It doesn't release any dopamine. I mean, it does a bit when you become passionate about it, but in general, watching videos, you know, entertainment videos are really, really entertaining and a lot of dopamine and really gets you, you know, slowing down. Plus, don't ever buy courses. It's a scam. I don't care which YouTuber, if any of your favorite YouTubers gives you a course for $1,000 or whatever. I don't care. Even if it's just a couple of $100, it's a scam. It's entertainment in these courses. It's video formats that will teach you basically nothing that their free content didn't teach you before. I have spent about $4,000 to $5,000 in my teenage years that I could have saved, and I would have been about like smart as I am now. So I haven't really learned much from these courses, but I'm telling you, spending $20 or spending $35, I spent for $35 for Principles of Success by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio, a hedge fund manager, a billionaire that has gained so much wisdom, has met so many people, that has put his principles in a 600 pages book. And I can buy that for $35. This is a absolutely insane deal. And if you can't see that $1,000 for a course is a scam, I don't know. Because let's be honest, like, people on YouTube are much less experienced in, let's say, trading than Ray Dalio. He's the king. There are so many books by people you wouldn't expect. They are such great people, but they aren't as well known because they aren't gurus. They aren't like on YouTube trying to kind of entertain people, because they just don't care. They have enough money to just chill their lives. Now, that's basically it. These were all the points. If I haven't put enough arguments in front of you to start reading now, I don't know what will, but honestly, trust me, just go to the bookstore. I mean, what do you have to lose? You can just buy a book that you have heard before. I mean, I'm sure you have heard about Atomic Habits before, or any other book that you have heard a lot of times on the internet that's really well known. Just go into the bookstore, spend some 20 to 30 bucks, read it, and your life will change. And until you make that experience, that one book literally changes your behavior so much in a certain point, in a certain topic in your life that you couldn't even imagine, you will have to experience that. And once you experience that, you will become obsessed with reading, period. So, good luck on that, and we'll see us in the next video.